Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome back to our channel once again. And it is my hope and prayer that this video is going to find you guys in good health. Personally, I am fine as you can see. Kisumu is also fantastic. And maybe you could also let me know where you're watching the video from. The county or the country, in case you are out of the republic. Ladies and gentlemen, Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka and Eugene Wamalwa today issued ultimatum to William Ruto and Raila Odinga over the NADCO report.
What has happened, we want to state here from the coast that Dr. Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka and I have been in government. We are experienced ministers. He was our 10th vice president. We know how governments work. We know how the deep state works. We know how the system works. We can see the fingerprints of the deep state, of the system, on this legal roadblock that has been placed in the way of the implementation of the Bomas document. And we do know that already signs have become clear in Parliament. The way the NADCO report is being processed through the Justice and Legal Affairs Committee of the House, JLAC, we do know that there have been deliberate delaying tactics on the part of our Kenya Kwanza friends. We have some of our colleagues, like the senior counsel, Tienda Molo, who have been expressed their frustrations through what is happening in that committee. They have called meetings, their colleagues have skipped meetings so that they don't process that report. So the strategy is to delay implementation in Parliament, and the ultimate strategy now is to derail the implementation of the NADCO report through the courts. And we believe this is state-instigated litigation, state-sponsored litigation to derail this process.
Let me just read for you what Kalonzo Musyoka posted on his official Facebook page. Earlier today, fellow Azimio Lamoja One Kenya Coalition Principal, DAP Kenya Party leader Eugene Wamalwa, and I questioned the timing of the High Court order stopping the implementation of the National Dialogue Committee NADCO report. Let us be very clear. Should the Kenya Kwanza regime try to interfere with the IEBC, then we will go back to the streets. Kenyans are tired and they will come out like the Senegalese. Former Prime Minister Right Honorable Raila Odinga and President William Ruto need to come out and give direction. Otherwise, we will see that they have misused us. That statement by Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, in my view, is heavy. And that statement is going to shape the politics of the Republic of Kenya moving forward. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you guys to pay very close attention to what Eugene Wamalwa is trying to say in this statement.
And we are saying today that as Azimio, we will not accept these tactics. I always believe that when our colleagues came to bomb us, they did not come with clean hands to the dialogue table. They came with dangerous cards hidden under the table. And I believe they have started playing those dangerous cards in Parliament through delay and in courts through derailment that is now happening. They did not have goodwill at the beginning of this process. In fact, they did not have goodwill during this process. And I must congratulate our team leader, Kalonzo Musyoka. He's a very patient man. He's a diplomat. And to South Sudan and across the world, he is a renowned diplomat. He was very patient for the sake of this country. But if those efforts are going to be thrown out through this nefarious scheme by the Kenya Kwanza government, then they better be prepared for the consequences.
For me, that statement by Eugene Wamalwa and Kalonzo Musyoka is significant because of three main reasons. Number one, Kalonzo Musyoka was the NADCO co-chair. Why would he then blame Raila Odinga? If anything, it is Raila Odinga who ought to ask him what really transpired because he was the co-chair. Number two, Eugene Wamalwa rejected the NADCO report. And my expectation was that after rejecting the report, he was not going to have any other interest in the report. In fact, Eugene Wamalwa told us, I think last week, that he was going to lead the new campaign against the NADCO report. So why would he then issue a statement about the implementation of the NADCO report? Is Kalonzo Musyoka missing some point somewhere? Number 3, Kalonzo Musyoka is a key Azimio principle. In fact, in the absence of Raila Odinga, most Azimio supporters view Kalonzo Musyoka as the de facto leader. And therefore, the fact that he's the one who is crying means that there is something with the report.
Though the Supreme Court made a decision on the matter, Kenyans still wanted to know exactly what happened. And that is why it was agreed by both sides that there should be an audit of that election, not to reverse the decision of the Supreme Court, but to ensure that future elections avoid the pitfalls of the past election, to ensure that the next elections of 2027, 10th August, that my brother Kalonzo wants to run as president, I want to run as president, there are others who want to run as president, those elections will be credible, they will be verifiable. Those concerns that have been raised need to be addressed, and an audit will be able to reveal those pitfalls so that before 2027 we have in place remedial measures to address the concerns of Kenyans. That is what was agreed.
So in this video, ladies and gentlemen, I want to break down for you what Kalonzo Musyoka and Eugene Wamalwa are trying to say. But before you do that, in case you're watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, allow me to dive in. For me, I'm interpreting the statement by Kalonzo Musyoka and Eugene Wamalwa in the following ways. Number 1, it is clearly a strategy by Kalonzo Musyoka and Eugene Wamalwa to bolt out of Azimio. The truth of the matter is that Eugene Wamalwa and Kalonzo Musyoka are trying to chart their own political path away from Raila Odinga. One thing I know for sure is that there is deep mistrust within Azimio, and I'm coming to that point. So my interpretation is that Kalonzo and Eugene are keen on bolting out of Azimio. So they've found an excuse. Because why would Eugene Wamalwa, who made it very clear that he's opposed to the report, now talk about its implementation? Why would Kalonzo Musyoka, who was the co-chair, complain about this report? If anything, he had the opportunity of pursuing all these concerns with Kimani Ichung'wah, because Kimani Ichung'wah is the minority leader, is the majority leader in the National Assembly.
And we do know that already signs have become clear in Parliament. The way the NADCO report is being processed through the Justice and Legal Affairs Committee of the House, JLAC, we do know that there have been deliberate delaying tactics on the part of our Kenya Kwanza friends. We have some of our colleagues, like the senior counsel, Otienda Molo, who have been expressed their frustrations through what is happening in that committee. They have called meetings, their colleagues have skipped meetings so that they don't process that report.
Number 2, it is also clear that Kalonzo Musyoka has now realized the dangerous games which William Ruto is playing with the NADCO report. The truth of the matter is that for Raila Odinga probably is sorted. He's going to Addis Ababa. Raila Odinga might not be on the ballot. And one of the implementation and one of the issues that the NADCO was recommending was the audit of IBC servers. So let me ask you, Kalonzo Musyoka thought that William Ruto was going to allow the implementation of the audit of the IBC servers. If there's one thing that William Ruto and his team were opposed to, was the audit of IBC servers. And if there's one thing which they definitely frustrate, is the audit of the IBC servers. Even if Kalonzo Musyoka was the president, even if Kalonzo Musyoka was where William Ruto is sitting currently, he would not allow that audit. Because assuming the audit will prove that indeed William Ruto stole elections, what next? His credibility will disappear. William Ruto would not want to take the country to that route. The truth of the matter is that probably William Ruto wants the NADCO report to be implemented, but not all of it. I know for sure that William Ruto is interested in the office of the Prime Minister created. He's also very keen on the office of the official opposition leader to be created, because I remember when he was in Chatham, he told the audience that. But on the issue of the audit of the servers, on the issue of the IBC commissioners, William Ruto would want to have his way. That is the fact. So it's frustrating the whole process. Kalonzo Musyoka has just realized when Kalonzo Musyoka was the co-chair of the committee, Kenyans used to raise some of these issues. In fact, the truth is Kenyans are opposed to the NADCO report, just like they were opposed to the BBI. So if Kalonzo Musyoka is still keen on it, up to him. But majority of Kenyans are opposed to it. Number 3, I'm also seeing something here. In Azimio, most of them don't understand the deal which William Ruto and Raila Odinga entered into. Because remember, William Ruto and Raila Odinga from nowhere met in Mombasa in the presence of Obasanjo. What they discussed, nobody knows. Then after that, Raila Odinga declared his interest in becoming the chair of the African Union Commission. The truth of the matter is that there is no way Raila Odinga can succeed in his bid without the support of the president. And that has been an issue within Azimio. They've been questioning the deal between the two. And the truth is, William Ruto has promised that they lead the campaigns for Raila Odinga. And indeed, the government is doing everything possible to facilitate Raila Odinga's campaign. Politics is about interest. So the question is, what is William Ruto going to gain by Raila Odinga going to Addis Ababa? What is Raila Odinga offering William Ruto in exchange of his support? That is one of the issues within Azimio as we speak. Number 4 is the mistrust within Azimio. They don't trust Raila Odinga. They know that Raila Odinga is already sorted. They know Raila Odinga might decide to run again because according to Kalonzo, he must be on the ballot. And indeed, Kalonzo Musyoka will be on the ballot in 2027. They believe that Raila Odinga might be on the ballot. And even if Raila Odinga will not be on the ballot, they suspect that Raila Odinga might not support Kalonzo. So that mistrust in Azimio is the main thing. Because there is no way Kalonzo Musyoka can be charting his own political path away from ODM party. I've always explained to you guys that for Kalonzo Musyoka to win the presidency in 2027, one thing he must do is that he must enjoy the support of ODM party. That is the fact. Without ODM support, I doubt if Kalonzo Musyoka can succeed in his bid. But Kalonzo Musyoka is keen on working with Eugene Wamalwa. Why do you think he's keen on working with Eugene Wamalwa? Because he doesn't trust Raila Odinga, he doesn't trust Azimio. And now it's coming out. And lastly, there is the fear of William Ruto rigging the elections. 2 main issues in the NADCO report: the audit of the servers and IBC commissioners. As long as the servers will not be audited, as long as Azimio will not participate in the recruitment of commissioners, I can assure you, rigging schemes activated. And I think Kalonzo Musyoka has just realized that. I don't know what you think. That's my take. Until next time, this is Lee Makwiny. Bye-bye.